had support ships and landing ships and
Yeah.
fucking supply ships and
There's
fleet
also
refuelers and stuff.
the USS JFK next to it.
Mm.
Oh man, I miss. Okay, this is gonna sound nostalgic of me, but I miss New York. Um, and there have been days recently where I wish I could just where I wish I could just move back there. And then
Well,
I
I think,
realized that I don't want to move back there so much as I just miss living there.
yeah, I didn't mind it when I was there. Granted, that was on the heels of Giuliani's cleaning the place up.
Right. And then like right after he left office, the scumbag that came in after him undid everything Giuliani did.
Yeah, and then Giuliani went to support Trump, and everyone fucking shat on him for it because the Democrats said so. And I even had to answer a question too. Is LFR plays on YouTube? The bloke who runs it, Van. I'm also following him on Twitter, and he's
Mm-hmm.
said something about when Trump wanted to give Giuliani the Freedom Medal, and he's like, "Yeah, someone needs to explain to me why this is happening." And it's like, dude, he's the guy that cleaned up New York. And then he's
Yeah,
like, all the comments like he was America's mayor during 9/11 and all this kind of stuff.
he
And
was. Yeah.
yeah, but,
Um,
with the museum ships though, it's a fucking pity because I'm also following the Battleship New Jersey Memorial.
yeah, and there's that one asshole who's like the mayor of Manhattan now or whatever is trying to get rid of the fucking museum.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
like,
because he's a heathen Muslim cunt.
how's about you go fuck yourself? And then when you're done doing that, go fuck yourself again. And when you're done doing that, go fuck yourself again. I would continue, but I don't want to be angry tonight. Farty.
Yeah, but it's a pity though that the class of carriers preceding the Essex class, I think they called it the Wasp class, but there are sort of
Yeah.
like four of in like
Well, the Wasp is, I think, the informal name for it. There was a more
yeah,
formalized name for it, but like engineers and fucking ship hands were calling it Wasp or something.
yeah, but there were four ships, but they were all sort of bespoke. Each individual
Yeah.
one was not. Yeah, there weren't four ships of the same. But when the Essex came out, they were like a lot larger and they were all
Yeah.
standardized and all this kind of stuff. But the originals in the Wasp class had the original Enterprise and
Which
New
is
Jersey.
what, by the way. By the way, Gene Roddenberry, huge fucking lefty, but he was a fucking patriot. And he named the Enterprise after the naval vessel.
Yeah, another fun fact: there was actually a space shuttle that was called Enterprise, but it was never. It was only a gliding test bed. It was never supposed to go to
Yeah.
space. That was the one they basically launched off the back of that 747
Yeah.
carrier.
It's also the I think it was the blueprint for what became the space shuttle. Like
Yeah,
they had
yeah.
to rework the hell out of it to make it the space shuttle. But
Oh no, this one was just to see if the damn thing would glide, if it
yeah,
designed to glide. There's no rocket engines in it or fuel systems or anything like that. There was what they
yeah,
call boilerplates, which is just basically literally what it says. Boilerplates, like plates of steel to make the weights all correct.
yeah.
Um, but anyway, yeah. So the original Enterprise survived World War II, and they fucking scrapped her. This is before
Yeah, it's
anybody
a
sort of had the
fucking
idea of
shame.
any idea of like museum ships and stuff. Like
Well,
Texas
the
has already
story
got
I
them
heard
expensive.
was they wanted to decommission it, but they
Mm,
wanted to decommission it in a way that like respected the service of the ship. And they thought turning it into a museum would have been too costly. They thought it would have been too much to maintain. And they thought, and this is just the story I heard. I could be completely wrong on this. Um, but they wanted to turn it into what the Intrepid is now,
mm.
but they never got around to it because of a bunch of bullshit reasons.
They never got the fundage. Even Admiral Halsey tried to fucking raise funds for it, but
Right.
they just never got the fundage for it.
Right. So it was supposed to be what the Intrepid is now. From the story I heard, it was supposed to be what the Intrepid is now. And the Intrepid was supposed to go into decommission service alongside it. much like the JFK is,
Mm.
but they just kind of never got that far. They for one reason or another, and there was like a whole bunch of reasons that they came back, and like mainly it was funding, but like they said we couldn't get the funding because of this reason or that reason or this reason or that.
Yeah.
It was just a sordid, stupid story. I'm getting angry again. I want to stop being angry.
Well,
Farty.
It's silly when you consider that when they do decommission ships nowadays, that they're sold at $1 at a nominal price because it actually costs
Yeah.
way more to actually salvage all the scrapping out of it, make your money back off like the
Yeah.
manpower it
It's
takes to
it's
break the
not
ship apart.
possible to make your money back off of it, scrapping it anymore.
But also too, they
Mhm.
don't just give the ships out to anybody at all. You got to actually
Right.
sort of show that there's going to be upkeep and all this. Because if you can't keep the ship, you're
Mhm.
not allowed to basically destroy it or anything like that afterwards. It's a memorial that comes under the Memorials Act,
Yeah.
and the Navy won't take it
Mhm.
back either because they don't have the money to keep it up and all this. So if all the Iowas go and basically rust to fucking nothing, well then that's gonna be how it goes because fucking they run out of money. That's they can't go back to the Navy. The Navy doesn't have a use for them, even though they're supposed to be kept in a condition where they could be reactivated if need be.
Yeah.
But with the Essex classes,
Mhm.
they were much larger, much faster, and they were more capable of carrying far more weight and being upgradable. And a lot of them ended up getting rebuilt
Um,
for angle flight decks and steam
the
catapults. So
the
it became a cat
Intrepid is
class.
still seaworthy. The Intrepid is still very much seaworthy.
Oh
They
yeah,
have people go out there every year and scrub barnacles off of it, change
yeah,
plates that need to be changed for the hull. They have regular bulkhead inspections to make sure none of the bulkheads are rusting out.
hmm
They have quarterly maintenance to
yeah,
make sure all of the welds are nice and tight and shut and not opening or
yeah,
falling to pieces. They check the guns. They make sure the guns. How much effort they take keeping those things seaworthy astonishes me.
yeah. That's why you got to prove you
Mm.
can do it before they even give it to you.
Yeah. Um.
New Jersey just came out of dry dock for a fucking massive overhaul.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Mm,
Um. But like even the the guns, the weapon systems. I heard rumors. I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard rumors they upgraded the computers on the Intrepid not too long ago, just because like if it needed to go into service, they would need the new computer in it anyway. For like navigational weapon systems, all that other stuff.
yeah,
Um, and if
it's
that's if huh?
It's supposed to be ready to go in 48 hours, but that's just to get the thing floating and all and some of the systems
Right.
working. Like nowadays, you wouldn't go anywhere without an Aegis radar system, which I doubt whether that thing would have the power capabilities of fucking running one of those alone. Plus, with fucking like missile batteries and
Well, the good
phalanx.
thing about the good thing about the Intrepid was that it was built as an expandable ship.
Yeah,
So they could knock down like crew quarters and run a skeleton crew and install bigger engine decks.
yeah, and that was the reasons why they hang around so long. They became the attack
Yeah,
class diesel carriers or conventional powered carriers before the nuclear ones came out. And they
right.
served all the way up past Vietnam, all the way up to the
And
80s.
if your main crew is just flight deck personnel, you don't need that many hands on deck anyway.
No,
And if the other portion of your crew is mainly pilots and engineers, well, you don't really need that many quarters anyway. Um, but it was also built with uh if I remember right, it was built so that two halves of the ship could literally just be pulled apart, obviously with some caveats, and new structure put in to the to wherever they needed to put new structure in.
yeah.
Um
And that was
because
also part and parcel of the lessons they learnt from the Wasp class, where
yeah.
fucking they did take a shit ton of damage, and they learnt from the lessons of that. To that's where the first carriers that came out, which were virtually unsinkable because they've got so many compartments and stuff that they could lock off, and it's like so
Oh yeah.
fucking difficult to sink an aircraft
Oh
carrier. It's
yeah,
not
dude.
funny.
Um the Intrepid specifically, I remember the one tour I went on, because I would go down there every like every chance I got, like I would go down there, and there was always something new I was learning about that damn ship
Mm.
because they didn't always have the same staff on hand. Some of the staff was knowledgeable, some of it wasn't. Um, and it was really kind of a crapshoot. And you could tell what areas of the ship the staff were more interested in.
Mm.
And there was always like sections of the boat people weren't allowed to go in because they were doing maintenance or they were doing something
Mm.
to the ship. And um it was just it was insane. It was intense. Like going down there. If you were ever in Manhattan and you want something to do, I'm gonna wrap this whole segment up with this. If you want something to do in Manhattan that is cheap, that is entertaining, that is fun, and that is informative, and you want to learn more about these ships, go to the Intrepid. Seriously. They've got all sorts of aircraft on the deck. They've got all sorts of like tours. They guide you through the thing. There's a ceremony, there's a 89-year commencement ceremony going on from like when it was first launched. Um Almost 90 years been around. Isn't that crazy, Vardy? Like it's been around for nearly a century.
Yeah.
And like you can just walk around in it and like see all the historical value this thing has, and like hey, like all of the tips and tricks they learned while building this ship.
Mm.
It was one of the first of its class, if I remember right.
Mm.
And it's a fucking thing of beauty, man. Like go and see it.
Well, then you have a look at like the amount of like them they built in such a short amount of time. It was by the end of the war, there was like about 40 of them.
I know, that was crazy.
Yeah. It fucking just on the subject of aircraft carriers, the ones that came after it, the first one was another Enterprise known as
Mhm.
the Big E, and she was the first of the nuclear class. She was actually slightly bigger than the Nimitz class that came after her, and she was the only one of the class. And you could tell her because she had the big fucking blocky square
Mm.
fucking uh, conning tower,
Yeah.
and that was actually the first of like the phased array Aegis type radar that you've got nowadays on most of your American ships. And that was specifically pretty or much to be in line with data link and fucking the F-14 Tomcat and all that kind of shit for like fleet defense and whatnot. But I've actually been on two American ships. It was the aircraft carrier USS Independence, the Indy,
Okay.
and she's only just been decommissioned, which I'm
Yeah, so that would have been what, early 90s?
late 90s.
Late 90s? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, that because you got out of high school around mid 90s, right?
early 90s. Like
Early
all
90s.
fucking, yeah, right on 1990. Fucking,
Yeah,
anyway, yeah, then there was the Ticonderoga class cruiser, USS Chosen, which
yeah.
is still running around as far as I know.
A fun fact about ship class names: when a new, at least in the United States, I'm not sure how it works in other places. A ship class is usually named after um a ship that came in the class before it that had like outstanding service or an outstanding crew. And that usually becomes the name of the next class of ship.
Some of the newer ones, because you get different kinds of ships, say with the littoral, so the fucking littoral warfare ships or whatever the fuck they call it, littoral combat ships.
Yeah.
Because it's a new class, they've got a new naming sort of structure for that, and it's
Okay.
actually like specific sailors, not so much ranking members and stuff like that. There was one that's there was a black fella, I can't remember his name, but he was known at like Pearl Harbor. He basically stayed on an anti-aircraft gun and was firing, and while the ship was sinking, pretty much. So the name went after him. There was another black fella who was like first of the Navy divers back in the day when they were using those big fucking
Oh, the
bell hood fucking
bell
diving hood
suits.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got one. There's one but there's controversy at the moment because they've named it after some dude who was a prolific fucking pedophile, and fucking Trump's going to turn that around anyways.
Mm,
And that was actually named after a civilian, but that's Bidenomics for you.
yeah.
The aircraft carriers from now on are being named after presidents. So there's the USS Kennedy, I think, is either still being built or is going for sea trials, just about to enter service. That's part of the Gerald R. Ford class, which is replacing the Nimitz class.
Yeah.
And the Nimitz class was named after Admiral Nimitz from World War II.
Yeah.
And they were mainly named after sort of like patriotic things. So you had the Independence, the Enterprise, USS America. There was what were the rest of them?
I don't
There's like
remember.
8 or 9 of them. But
I do know that again, I'm gonna pull some Star Trek fun facts for everybody. The Enterprise version, or the Star Trek version of the USS Enterprise, was a Constitution class ship.
Yep. Well, actually, there was 3 of them.
There were
There's the
6.
Enterprise, which was a Constitution. There was
Mhm.
the 1701A, which was a Constitution refit.
Right.
And then there was actually, no, sorry, there's only 2
One
of them, because the Enterprise C was actually a fucking hell, they're bloody everywhere. Fucking hell. It's the type that I actually like better than the fucking Constitution class that came after it. It's the one with the big fat neck on it.
You're talking the D.
No. D's got the skinny fucking snake neck. That's the next generation one.
The next generation has the D, the E, and the F. I think they went up to, but it has. I know for a fact it has D and E. One of the Enterprises was an Intrepid class, if I remember right.
Intrepid, that's the one.
And it was again another Gene Roddenberry thing.
No, Excelsior. She was an Excelsior,
Excelsior,
class,
yeah. You're thinking the C and the B and the C were Excelsior class.
Dirt, I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah. C was an ambassador class.
Was it?
B was an Excelsior refit.
Okay, yeah.
D was a Galaxy class all of her own, and only had like 8 of those. And apparently they're all buckets of shit except for the Enterprise.
The original.
E was a Constellation class, I think.
Was it Constellation? I thought it was an Intrepid class. I thought one of them was an Intrepid class, because they blew up the they blew up the Enterprise so many fucking times in Star Trek. Anyway, yeah, it was man, we're gonna wrap this part up because I've seemed to have lost my spot, and I think Vardy's might have lost his spot too. But we're gonna wrap this up. If you're in Manhattan, please go get a ticket to see the Intrepid. Just go. No ifs, no ands, or buts. Go see it. There's no reason for you not to. It's relatively cheap. It's like $20 to get on, and you can get a whole day's worth of activities from off of that ship. Go see it. Farty, tell him.
Okay. Yeah, do it. And while you're there, cross the river to fucking New Jersey and go see the Battleship New Jersey.
Yeah, it's right across the river.
Museum,
I won't condone going into New Jersey. I'm a native New Yorker myself. I can't condone it, but Farty will be my mouthpiece on this one. Yeah,
just real quick.
We'll share it. Okay, yeah.
Okay, that's the B. So she's an Excelsior, refit. And then the C's an ambassador.
Yep, that's the Constitution.
C. Yeah, that's the Constitution. Don't worry about the Abrams one. That does not count. And that's the
Right.
Ambassador class. I actually rather the Excelsior class better than the fucking Constitution. It's just more the like, sort of I like
Go
non-standard
ahead and put
things
the
that
E up. Put
don't
the
get
E
all
up
the
for
praise.
everyone.
Yeah, the E, I'm sure, is a
It
constellation.
probably is. I could be forgetting shit. But this
So
is
this
the version
E,
of the Enterprise that I like, but it's only because it's got swoopy like design language to it. Sovereign class.
Sovereign class. I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah, so it
Never
was a
mind.
little bigger than the Constellation.
And D.
Oh, they
Is the
did go
one
up
that
to
you
F.
remember,
Show me the F.
Oh, they've gone up to fucking like H. I think's the biggest one. So there's the one that's the
Yeah.
Galaxy class. There's one that's like fucking 20 miles bloody wide at the
Yeah, I
saucer
think
or
that's
something like that. And I think it's the H
yeah,
or
bring up the
something.
F.
F.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. That's the one after they've killed the E in the movie.
Okay. Yeah, so that would have been Voyager era Enterprise. So that would have been oh wow, look at that. How have I never seen these?
This is the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay.
This fucker
Yeah.
here, that's supposed to be like fucking like 20 miles bloody wide or some shit like that. Some ridiculous thing. You only ever see it in like Star Trek Enterprise, but it's
Yeah.
from the inside.
Well, Enterprise was the NX-01. Go ahead, show us that one.
Yeah.
NX-01. I don't care about the refit, just the original net.
Oh, you fucking idiot cunt of a fucking thing there. You do that,
So,
you dumb
how do
shit.
you go from
There we go.
this, okay, and now NCC 1701, just the regular. How do you go from that? Now look how like angular and swoopy it is, right? To such a utilitarian design. Like the best one is that bottom.
There were
The
further
best one,
there were further
right?
iterations between that because like the NX was like the really really early shit. By the time they go into NCC, like it was like 100
Right.
something years or something
And
like
I
that.
want to know how I want to know what the bridge from the NX class ship, which looks like a more modern more modern in terms of like Star Trek. I want to know how it goes from what it was to see now you're
So there you go. You can see sort of there's a little bit of the
yeah.
evolution.
I
And of
refuse to
course, this is the
recognize.
shut up. Shut up.
I don't want to shut up.
Goddamn.
Why are you telling me
Yeah.
to shut up?
The fucking.
I refuse to recognize the ship that's shaped like a sperm. But you got to remember, like the very first Enterprise was the one that what's his name flew into space and attracted the Vulcans.
Yeah. So this one's pre-warp drive. That's was it the not the puddle jumper, the fucking the one from yeah, where they first meet the Vulcans. That's the first warp drive capable. The NX class was the first fleet ship
But it
thing.
was still a prototype ship. The NX was a prototype, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's partially with the whole NX, like with the X being experimental. But that was also the first one put into production as well, because there were more than one of those. And then they've inverted the warp nacelles to a similar design. There's okay, and it's a Columbia class where they've actually got a sphere with the main hull and the elevated warp nacelles, and you can actually start seeing where, like, say, the Constitution classes nacelles
Right.
come from. And then, fuck me, there we go. There's sort of a Miranda class type
Yeah.
dealio thing, where again you got those cylindrical warp nacelles which look more like a Constitution and stuff, but without a main hull. And I hate there's this fucking one class, like one series, the designer that's just went stupid with the fucking nacelles, right? There's like fucking one's got like 3 nacelles, one's got 1 nacelle, one's got nacelles in between the central hull and all this kind of stuff, and completely disregarding the whole fucking premise of like the warp drive system, where it's like the nacelles are got a gap between them because they're actually accelerating fucking space between them, not the fucking ship
Yeah.
itself. It's like a
Well, it's
propeller.
not really a
That's
propeller.
used
It's more like the nacelles create a bubble around the ship, and that bubble moves space
for a
around
field
it.
between them. Yeah, it's a field between them that also occurs. So if you put anything in between them, you're just fucking warping
Yeah.
that out of the way. So like I hate those fucking designs because they're not canon.
They're canon. They're just
Here we
shit.
go. Here's one. Here's one. Exactly what I'm fucking talking about. One fucking nacelle.
Oh,
How's that
yeah.
supposed to work?
Yeah, I don't.
This stupid looking bloody thing.
Your thing froze on me. Hang on. Let me see if that refreshes. No, that didn't refresh. I think you opened a new page, Farty.
I did. Hang on. Derpy derp. Let's see. Okay, did that?
No,
Has that
it's
changed?
still what it was.
Oh, fuck's sake. Hang on. Let me go back to where I was and I'll just go and open the share thing again. Here we go. And blink. No, you fuck God, YouTube's bloody. Here's me watching. Oh, maybe you should share this fucking tab
God.
instead.
Yeah,
Oh
the
my
Kelvin
fucking God.
ships,
Now
the
I gotta go back to the
Constitution
thing.
ships, the Dreadnought class, which kind of slots in between the Kelvin and
Hang on a
the
tick.
regular ships.
Let me go back to where I was. So these are all pre-warp, these 3. There's your
Yep.
first warp capable. Don't know about what the fucking friendship one is. But then we go to fucking oh fuck me. Okay. Right, here's where I was saying, right?
Yeah.
That's pre-warp, that's first
Mhm.
is your NX class, that's the first warp capable production ship. Then they've inverted the fucking nacelles there. And the Columbia class is the one
To
where I
be
was talking
fair, the
about, where it's
Columbia was
the spirit.
really more designed to be like built on Earth and then flown out of an atmosphere.
Well, that's also more designed to be the first like actual proper
Right.
sciencey ship, because most of them end up being
Right. Yeah.
hospitals.
But the Columbia class,
And
they like had to build it on Earth from what I remember. I could be
oh fucking
wrong.
hang on, no, yeah, the Columbia class. I'm an idiot. No, I'm the Daedalus class. I'm thinking of is that
Yeah.
sciencey hospital ship thing, with the spherical bridge section and the main thing. But this is where you start to get that fucking design elements. The same nacelles, the central fucking central
Yeah.
hull, and then we go to the Anton class, which is an original.
Yeah, and that's where you start to see that
Miranda class,
that NCC.
the saucer
Yeah,
shape.
you got the saucer. That's a very distinct shape from the rest of the rest of the body of the ship, and then you see the nacelles.
Yep.
And you can see very clear like pylons coming off of the body of the ship to support those nacelles, whereas the nacelles were part
Yep.
of the body plan on the other ships, and this is where you get into the other
Yeah.
the
So
Kelvin type ships.
yeah. So that last one has pretty much the same nacelles, and then you get into this stupid looking fucking thing, which is the one I was mentioning
That's
about.
not a space.
And
That's a
it's only
pizza
got
cutter.
one, it's got one cell, but you got the central hull
Yeah.
plus the saucer shape. And you don't count these because that's where I was saying it breaks the fucking convention of how fucking warp engines work. And so that's where you get the design evolution to
Yeah.
the Constitution
Dreadnought.
2, which I'm sure they've put the fucking stupid Kelvin timeline fucking version in there.
No, that's the
which is
Dreadnought.
not canon. Oh shit, I'm an idiot. Never mind. Okay, well, don't worry about that one, and don't worry about that one. Those two fucking don't exist. So there's the Constitution 2, which is basically a refit of the Constitution. Then you got the Excelsior, and that's the next generation of the same design, where they've improved the hull section, they've strengthened the neck section, more sublight engines, and a new nacelle design. And then you go to there's the Miranda class, which is actually my favorite. I like the Miranda over everything else.
I do
and the
like
Excelsior
there
class.
was that Federation Romulan ship that got made that one time. I don't remember what it was called, but it was like they like took a bird of prey and they like jammed a bunch of Federation tech into it essentially. Is that one got the Delta Flyer? No, that's got the Defiant. But they used, if I remember right, they used the Defiant as a blueprint for the Delta Flyer, which didn't get adopted until after Voyager made it back to Earth. And if I remember right, no, yeah, they didn't officially adopt the Delta Flyer until they got back to Earth. But shit, dude, they fucked the entire Borg up to get back to Earth, didn't they? Now that I'm thinking about it.
I think so. So then we got Ambassador, which is Enterprise B, and so similar hull, saucer design, new nacelles, and these are basically the same nacelles that are on the Galaxy class, and they don't have the actual Galaxy class here, but it's just that these nacelles are a lot larger on the Ambassador class because the Ambassador is actually like really small.
Okay. One of them. Okay, one of the
is.
Enterprises was an Intrepid class because they've got an Intrepid class right there.
No, that's Voyager.
Oh, Voyager was the Intrepid class. That not fuck, dude. I'm cooked, dude. I'm cooked.
And then so with the Voyager, they've had movable nacelles so that they actually come up to fucking clear the hull section to fucking actually work.
They could extend outward and upward.
And then you got the Nebula class in the middle there, which might look like it's an upgraded Galaxy version of the Miranda, but it's got a fucking central hull that's in between the fucking nacelles.
Yeah. Yeah. Star Trek is dumb.
But yeah, you can sort of kind of see how the design evolution sort of came along to get where we get. So
yeah, Star Trek is dumb. That's all there is to it. About it, there's some fun stuff in there, but like the stories and like everything since like Gene Roddenberry's era has just been like
political
retcons
bullshit.
and extra shit tacked on that like fight the fucking source.
Well, it's political bullshit, and that's what a lot of people sort of forget
Yeah.
too. That Gene Roddenberry tried to do this as some sort of like futuristic utopia where political bullshit didn't come into it, and everyone just,
Right.
basically just did their jobs, kind of thing. Um, and then they
Because he
have to
was
make it so like the prime directives and all this kind of shit, and
yeah.
well, we got to convene the prime directives here, but then we got to adhere to them there, and it's like, where did this prime directives bullshit come from anyway?
Um yeah, that stuff didn't happen until like somewhere in the middle of fucking and the next
Next generation,
generation.
yeah.
And it was like in the middle of next generation. It was probably because of Picard fucking up all the time. I'm like, well, we gotta write some new rules because Picard keep fucking up.
But then on that too, like, oh, but we're doing Star Trek and it's so progressive now and all this. It was already fucking progressive. Like, Uhura was a black shell that was in charge of stuff.
Yeah.
Fucking that aliens working with humans. Um, that like fucking alien species that were asexual and effectively transgender and all this shit back in the fucking 60s.
Yeah.
You had a white bloke kissing a black shell back in the 60s, which was fucking
On
holy shit.
fucking public TV. That
Yeah.
is what they that's one of the things they cited for canceling the series.
Yeah.
Go figure. It was allowed to finish running whatever episodes they'd finished filming, but that was like one of the main motivators for canceling the original series.
Mm.
Um, that's another fun fact for everybody.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's just like
I
saying that fucking Next Generation is like Captain Marvel's the first women in action films. Oh, fuck off. It's been
yeah,
done before.
I want to shift to what I did today, Farty.
Mhm. It's a
Um,
Gundam!
it's a Gundam. Um, Gundam Base was doing is doing a US tour. And I just happen to live like 8 minutes up the road from the location where it was being held. And my god, it was a day. I was there for I think 6 or 7 hours, and it was just a bunch of other fat, bearded, glassy nerds. I kid you not. Like 60% of the crowd was fat, bald, white guys like me with glasses. Just sitting here talking about fucking Gundam and anime and shit.
That's like
Just
me at air shows.
what's that?
It's like me at air shows.
Right? I would have been the same like at an air show. I'd be like, yeah, cool. Tell me about this other thing. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah,
shit's the F-35.
look at that. Is that a Tomcat cockpit? What the hell?
We all stand there, watch the Spitfire do a high speed low pass, and listen to that Merlin. We all just
Watch the Blue Angels just like fly over and fucking knock everyone out of the fucking bleachers.
oh man, no, nothing compares to when you hear that fucking Rolls Royce Merlin fucking fly past that
Um,
full pelt, and it just has this.
I went to an
Just
air show
whining.
once, and I went to an air show once when I was a kid. I've been to other air shows, but this one in particular, I'm just gonna digress before I talk about the Gundam thing because I'm just more interested in that at the moment. I went to an air show as a kid, and the I was sitting on the top bench of the bleachers, and they had an F-14 just come in super fucking low. I think
Mm.
the pilot was just like going, it was just like seeing how low he can get, and fucking throttled up as like he was coming in and going past the crowd, and he's a good like 300 feet above our head. Not a good place for a fucking for a supersonic jet. And the scream of the engine like nearly blew out my eardrum.
Yeah,
My
we
ear was literally bleeding for like an hour after that. And when I got to the doctor later that day, the doctor was like, your ear is still intact, but maybe not do shit like that anymore. I was like 10 years old.
Fucking, we had a party trick that we used to do with the F-111 called a Duncan burn,
Oh God.
because the fuel dump valve pretty much is right between the engines. So
Mhm.
you dump fuel and then light the afterburners, and there's like a fucking 40-foot jet of flame that comes out the back of it.
Yeah. And it
This
and for people watching, it's not because the jet of flame is so long, it's because the actual plane is moving away from where the fireball started.
Here we go. Hang on, I'll
That's the
just quickly.
physics of it. Um, but yeah, so I went to this Gundam event. It was like 8 minutes down the road from the house, and I stood in line for like 5 hours to buy like 3 things. It was almost like going to the amusement park and standing in line waiting to get on a roller coaster. I'll actually I want to go grab that stuff. Before I do you have something you want to share for Farty?
Yeah, I do. Riverfire, 2010. It's really good when they do this at fucking night, because it no shit lights up the entire fucking sky. Right?
Okay. You
Fucking,
you
here we
talk
go.
about that. I'm gonna go grab my spoils and I'll be right back.
Alrighty. Right. Here's an F-111 doing a Duncan burn. There he is. That dot there. Now, watch this, boys and girls. Doing a long one.
Commenting. Is that
Okay,
fucking
and
beautiful right there?
just to show you what it looks like in the daytime.
Okay. All right. Little back in. Here we go. There it goes. Here it comes. Yay! Fireball! Like a flamethrower out of his back end. I love it, man.
Pretty much that's how flamethrowers work. Okay, fucking yeah. The U.S. Air Force apparently was told they weren't allowed to do that,
And they did it
but we
anyway.
used to. No, we used to do it just because fucking it looks cool. It uses zero thrust. It's literally just burning, dumping fuel out the back and doing nothing with it. It's that, but it fucking looks good. And that was our party trick.
So again, I went to this Gundam thing, okay? Not to like piss on the cornflakes or anything. I got 2 of these starter decks or these like demo decks
Mm,
for the Gundam trading card game. They were completely free.
mm.
So it's just a matter of like you show up, you have like a little ticket that you go up to the like front desk and you're like, "Hey, can I get a ticket for the trading card demo?" I'm like, "Yeah, here you go." Um, they handed out these God damn it. They handed out these Gundam entry grade kits for free. All you had to do was just like walk up to like a little picnic table they had set out and you just sat down and they're like, here you go. Have a thing. For this next bit, I'm probably gonna have to put on my regular camera. Hang on, give me a second here. Um I got oh I posted this on the Discord server, by the way. So if you wanted to see these in better picture quality, I got the Gundam based limited edition Freedom Gundam super deformed master grade. Okay. Farty, you know about the super deformed stuff, don't you?
Not really. I wasn't really ever really into big Gundams as such.
Oh,
They
okay.
sort of kind of
So
struck me as rip off fucking every other mech kind of
that
thing.
that's fair. So is super deformed is
Caveat to that, only because I started off with other shit first.
right, yeah. So super deformed Gundam or SD Gundams are let me show you a picture here. Chrome tab
I'm
share.
glad you explained that because I would have thought SD meant super dimensional.
There is a show called SD called Superior Defender. But SD Gundams are kind of like they got odd proportions and giant fucking heads.
Yeah, Ghibli.
They've they're kind of, they're kind of cool looking. So I picked that up. And then this is also a limited edition. This was the last one they had for the whole weekend. So I'm really happy that I was able to get this. This is the Freedom Gundam. Um, so it's the same version mech as that. It's just not super deformed. It doesn't have those weird proportions on it, but this has a special paint coating where it's all fucking
Ooh.
chrome. And like
Ooh.
all of the kit is chrome. When I put it together, I'll show it on the stream.
God, you wouldn't want
Uh,
to paint that.
what's that?
You wouldn't want to paint it. You just
No,
leave it
no,
chrome.
no. You don't paint. No, these types of Gundams, you don't
Ugh.
paint. They're like they come like painted with like electroplated or something. I don't know. But I've got another one that has a similar coating on it, but it's not like all over the model like this one is. That one's just like everything is coated aside for some clear pieces. I got this limited edition figure while I was there. And then one of the other things they handed out were these little keychains. Um, they've got like a little window on them. It's kind of cool. I mean, it's not terrible. It was a really cool day. It was a really cool event. I was really happy I went. A lot of just interesting shit. I got sunburn there, Farty. I got fucking sunburn. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking it sucks when that happens. Like, the last air show I went to was Avalon, and yeah, fucking got sunburnt to fuck
I
there too.
I like
It
I'm
was
just
worth
gonna
it
say
though.
it was worth it.
Hmm.
Like the sunburn it doesn't really bother me. I'm just like I get sunburn. I'm like, oh, okay, that kind of hurts. Let me fuck with it while I've got it.
Next time you get a decent sunburn and like you're out in the sun and all that kind of stuff, yeah, have a very long lukewarm shower. It
Mm-hmm.
really takes the fucking sting out of it
Yeah.
and doesn't last as long because you're effectively treating it as a normal burn. The second you can do so, do that,
Yeah.
and it would just basically reduces the heat that's trapped in your skin, put away in your fat and all that kind of stuff.
You know what? I like it trapped in my skin. I can fuck with it. I can poke it. I can make myself hurt. Okay, Farty? Okay, Farty? Okay? Okay,
Never saw
Farty.
it. Never saw anyone blister from a fucking sunburn until I got over to the States and I was working with
Oh god, yeah.
comedy. And this one kid got fucking burnt really badly, and I'm like, he started blistering. I'm like, holy bloody shit! I've never seen that shit before.
Yeah, no, it's a common thing here in the States, and I don't know why. I think it's just because Americans don't really drink a whole lot of water, and that like really doesn't sit well with
Not being a dick, but it might also be the fat content too.
what's that?
Might not being a dick, but it might also be the fat content as well.
Yeah, that
You, you guys are typically a bit larger than everybody
yeah,
else.
no, I don't care, man. You're fucking you'd be right at home here in the States, Farty.
Yeah, but we just get melanomas. You guys get blisters. But then
Yeah.
yeah, like we got a culture out here of fucking sunbaking and all that kind of stuff, and
Um,
there's the whole program is slip, slop, slap, slip on a sun shirt, slop on a hat, and slap on some sunscreen.
yeah. I think you've told me that once, or it sounds familiar. But
Yeah, there's a
here's
whole ad campaign for it and everything.
oh, maybe that's where I would have heard it. But here's the fun part. For the trading card game, they had the demo, right? And I'm like, hey, I've got someone else coming for the card demo. Is it possible for me to get another copy of one of the promo cards? Like, because they were giving out promo cards. And I'm not supposed to tell this story, so I'm not gonna say any names.
Don't name
I won't name any names so they don't get in trouble, so that no one knows who said what. But I asked the person at the counter, and they're like, "Well, I'm not really supposed to do that, but if you do have someone coming, I'll sneak you an extra copy. Don't worry about it." By the end of the card demo itself, like by the time I actually got to do the actual card demo, I got another copy of the promo. So I've got 4 copies of this thing now. 4. Okay, I don't know
All
how
right.
well you
What's
can
the
see those.
chances our four viewers are actually going to get to go to one of these events and then use that same excuse and they're like, that fucking Shandor can't fucking Jesus bloody Christ! I know who the fuck done this.
um, I'll let you know right away because I can find out how many more. I know there's one in Minnesota this weekend, or not this weekend, in 2 weeks. Let's see. Oh, and then that's the last one. That's there's 1, 2, 3 more chances next weekend. Not next weekend. Starting the 12th to the 14th at Galactic Toys, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Unless you do live in the Milwaukee area, and then in which case you have an opportunity tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. To go to the
Use that
location
bullshit
I went
excuse.
to. What's that?
To use that bullshit excuse.
Well, it wasn't a bullshit excuse. There were 2 of us playing the Gundam card game, so that's how I got 2 decks.
All right, keep talking for a minute. I'm busting for a piss.
Keep talking for a minute. The show's almost over, Farty.
Yeah, I know that. Tell my bladder that.
Well, Bladder, the show's almost over. We've got like 5 minutes left. Tisk, Farty. So yeah, it was a great event. I had a lot of fun. I spent way too much money, but it wasn't bad. Now I did post these pictures of the stuff that I got on the Discord for the channel. Desture, being the oh so lovable person that he is, decided to go, you got Gundam Seed stuff. I mean, Gundam Seed wasn't bad. It was better than Iron Blooded Orphans. But then again, almost anything is better than Iron Blooded Orphans. Having a root canal done is better than watching Iron Blooded Orphans. Yeah. That's all I got to say about that. I am exhausted. Shit. That was spam. What am I doing? I'm trying to delete messages and they're spam. So we'll just delete all of them and then good. I cleared my inbox of spam, everybody. So we'll just wait for Farty to come back because I don't know how to keep you entertained. You children are needing constant attention. I do have an update. One of the medications I'm on is severely kicking my ass. So that's been fun. I've probably lost about like 5 pounds in the last week. Most of it from shitting my brains out. Apparently it's normal and I just have to stay the course. Right, Farty?
Yeah. Three double strength fucking bourbons. Well, no, vodka Vanilla coating.
Mm.
Holy shit. Haven't had a drink in a good long while. Fucking
Uh,
dickhead doctor, right? Fucking had to go and see him the other day, and he's giving me shit. You're like, oh, I'm a drug and alcohol. Fucking. It's like I'm thinking, well, that's probably the reason why you're a fucking idiot. Because like, how many times have I got to tell you? I hardly even drink anymore.
right.
Before yesterday, where I amalgamated all the partial filled bottles of vodka, and I've still got some of that left, so I'm getting onto that next. Um, fucking the last time I had a drink was the third day of the flood. And it was just one bourbon and coke. It was a
Hmm.
small one too. And it was like, you know what, fuck this. I've been up for fucking 3 days with only a couple of hours sleep, all this kind of shit.
Need something to help you get to bed.
Well, it wasn't just that. It was like, yeah, I've been fucking dealing with a whole mess of stuff, and then like not even really dealing with my own shit. Like my own
Right.
house was being flooded out. I was worried about my cats. Fucking
Yeah.
thinking, fucking because of the height that it came up. You know, it's like fuck, it's probably gone upstairs. Like, what's the bullshit I'm gonna have? Deal with. Just something to fucking calm my nerves. And, oh my god, it was the most tastiest fucking drink I'd ever fucking had. Could have had 1,000 of the bloody things, but no, I just stopped at one. So,
Wow.
like, I'm not a fucking alcoholic. I've always maintained that like I don't fit the definition of an alcoholic. Because all this fucking booze I've been drinking since yesterday has been sitting around for like fucking almost over a year in some parts of it.
Okay.
So, I could have had a drink any fucking time I want.
Yeah.
I'm
It's not
just
like
thinking,
you're again, it's not like you're drinking all the time. You're just
nah.
drinking like on like the odd occasion.
And what might actually happen is I might get through the fourth can. I'm on the third one now. And I might have a couple of fucking vodka and oranges after this. So I've got some orange juice as well. And I might just get fucking bored because I've got four fucking coffees sitting in my car. Might just go back to that, which is usually what's been happening lately too.
Okay.
After a couple of days, I get fucking bored with it and then just go back to coffee.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I don't expect like you'll be buying a new bottle anytime soon.
Even though, right, I just got a fucking prepaid fucking debit card from the Rotary Club
Okay.
as a part of like the flood thing with $500 on it. I've
Oh
already
wow.
spent like $250 on food, and I bought a 4 pack just now, which is only about $30 on that card. So I've got like 200 something fucking dollars left. And, well, I'm stuck at home now. That's partially another reason why I sort of don't really drink all that much because I usually fuck up the other stuff. So like I feel hungry or something like that, or I've run out of cigarettes or something.
Right.
So I'm buying me cigarettes by the carton at the moment. A couple of cartons a fortnight because well, it's cheap enough to do now with the Beck Market.
Gotcha.
And I just bought a ton of fucking food, so I don't have to go anywhere else today, except for buying more booze if I need to. But like, well, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to need to do that. So again, like
Yeah.
but before, right, when that was happening, it was a case of, well, see, when I was an alcoholic back in Sydney, um, I drink 3/4 of a carton a night and all this. Never bothered about drink driving laws and all this kind of stuff. So I used to
Right.
drive drunk a lot, like fucking sometimes blind, rotten drunk. So
Yeah.
even one night I dropped somebody off at home and had to stop for about fucking 20 minutes to
It's
spew out
not a
the fucking
crime
door.
unless you're caught.
Exactly, and it's not my bloody fault. The cops used to pull me up on the way to drinking, and not at fucking 2 o'clock in the morning when I was on my way home. And everyone used to say I used to drive better drunk than when I was sober, anyways. But like, yeah, 9 years with First Fleet. If they ever fucking breath tested me first thing in the fucking morning, I'd be fucked. I'd have lost my
Right.
job straight away. So I even used to drive trucks while I was hungover and shit.
Damn,
Um,
dude.
like, yeah,
That's
fucking hell,
brutal.
yeah. Anyway, fucking so sort of like in the back of my head, I'm thinking, it's only a matter of time, because the same thing with
Yeah.
accidents. The more time you spend on the road, the more fucking chances are you're gonna have an accident.
I've
Um,
said it before and I'll say it again. The more times you do something, the the more your odds to fuck up become.
Yeah, well, that's even with occupational health and safety. It's
Right.
like the more days that go on without a minor injury, like so you get a certain amount of minor injuries before you expect to get a medium injury, and then a certain amount of mediums before you get to a major, and then a certain amount of majors before you get to something that will hospitalise you, and then some amount of hospitalisations get before it becomes a fatality. Um, that's just the sort of like the ratios and stuff like that with that.
Yeah.
And it's exactly the same thing. You spend more time on the road, there's more time that some cunts either going to hit you or you're going to hit someone.
Yeah.
Um, fucking and fucking yeah, it's sort of and it sort of got a bit scary last Anzac Day because I'd started drinking at about 3 in the morning. So
Yeah, I
by the
remember.
time by the time like 6 a.m. came around, I went up to go grab me coffees. The place was crawling with fucking cops. It's like, are you cunts fucking shitting me? You fucking coward cocksucking fucking dirty little poofter cunts who are afraid of like one dickhead down in Victoria with his homemade shotgun fucking took 3 of you fuckwits out. Are you fucking shitting me? You're gonna pick on fucking veterans today, you asshole motherfuckers? Because you all know that we've been drinking since like fucking 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then there was like a rock stuck in the brakes of my car, so it was making this scraping noise. And then as soon as I
Ooh.
fucking pulled out of the servo and I got my cops, like, I better go home because these cunts are fucking everywhere. Pulled out, went through the roundabout, looked over, and there's a fucking bloody highway patrol car. And I'm like, you fucking dirty cunt. Are you fucking shitting me, you bastard? And sure as shit, he turned in behind me. And I'm like, you fucking piece of shit. I'm going to have to kill a fucking pig today, you dirty, rotten fuck. You dirty fucking shitbag fuck. And he sort of started hanging back a bit. And I'm like, right, well, you should be turning fucking right here because fucking you don't usually come down this end of the fucking street. And now we're getting into the rural parts and there's no business down here anyways. And like, oh, you bastard, you come through that fucking into you dirty fucking rock bag fucking son of a fucking I'm gonna fucking kill you, you fucking piece of shit. This is gonna be the last day you get to fucking live, you bastard fuck. How fucking dare you, you dirty little cunt fucking of all fucking days. The one fucking day that I decide to fuck this shit, I'm gonna fucking do it anyway, and you gotta fucking bung this shit on, you smart ass little motherfucker. And the more I'm thinking this, the further he's backing off. Anyway, so nose in my driveway, jump out the car, run around the side of the house, and like sort of about 3 minutes later, he finally drives past me house like, "You fucking dirty cunt, you bastard, fuck." Any reason why I did that was because, well, if he didn't fucking pull me up while I was in the driver's seat, then it's up to him to prove that I was actually driving. So, and I thought, yes,
Yeah.
you dirty little cocksucker, fucking run, you
I
bastard.
fucking hate it when cops follow people home.
It's like
But
the one fucking time, and it's like, yeah, that sort of proved my point. It's like,
Hmm.
yeah, I kind of fucking, punched Lady Luck in the ovaries too many times. Being a functional alcoholic is a requirement for certain jobs in the military, especially military ones, especially. Well, they teach you how to drink.
Yeah.
First day at fucking Kapuka, right? At the end of the day, the corporal comes in. It's like, you will go out tonight into town. You will get a skin full of piss in you. If you do not fucking rock up back here pissed as a fucking fart, we'll be doing a 10K run instead of a 5K run. So, of course, we all went out and we got fucking a skin full of piss in us, and then we had to do a 10K run anyway. The entire segment can be described as the urge to kill rising. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. The problem is, it's like it's pretty much been fucking shown that, like, yeah, a lone copper's gun can be easily bloody obtained, and well, they carry 45 rounds of fucking ammunition on them, and I know how to shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
uh yeah, we're gonna cap that here for today. We'll be back.
before I go and incriminate myself anymore.
Yeah, there you go. We'll be back either tomorrow or Monday. I haven't decided which. It's a little bit tentative at the moment. We'll be back either tomorrow or Monday. Probably about the same time, maybe earlier, maybe later. I don't know yet. We'll see. But thanks for hanging out with us, guys. And until then,